Hi everyone! Today I'll be doing my Victober TBR. For those of you who don't know, Victober is a month-long reading challenge that takes place during October. It focuses on British literature during the reign of Queen Victoria from 1837 to 1901. The Victober hosts for this year are Katie from Books and Things, Kate Howe, Petra Yu, Marissa from Blatantly Bookish, and Roz from Scallydandling About the Books. I've linked all of their channels below, so check them out. Each host came up with a specific prompt for Victober, and I'm going to take up two of the prompts, just two because that is probably most manageable for me because I'm a slow reader and I just don't really like rushing through books, especially not classic books. So the first prompt, suggested by Roz, is to read a work of Victorian poetry. Here I have a somewhat janky collection of poems written by British and American poets, arranged chronologically. So it's pretty easy to find the Victorian era, and you have Alfred Lord Tennyson, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Herman Melville is American, but Dante Gabriel Rossetti, so plenty of Victorian poets to explore here. And I think the first one that I'll take a look at is Alfred Lord Tennyson, because I've never read anything by him. Actually, a lot of these poets I've just never read anything by, but that's kind of the beauty of BookTube. You discover things for yourself through other people's channels, and it's great. The next prompt that I'll do is Marissa's prompt to read a Victorian short story. So I think I'm going to read a few stories by Charles Dickens, who to me is just a quintessential Victorian author. And I'm going to read some of his Christmas stories that are not A Christmas Carol, which I've read a long time ago and I'm kind of due for a reread on that, but I think I'm going to read just one, possibly more, of his other Christmas stories. Apart from the host's challenges, there is a group read this year, and it's The Mayor of Casterbridge by Thomas Hardy. I've never read anything by Thomas Hardy, so this will be my first introduction to him. I've heard that his works are kind of melancholy in tone, and his endings are very tragic, which I think I can get along with as long as just the work as a whole is not relentlessly depressing. Next, I'm going to read a work by H.G. Wells, and I'm leaning towards The Time Machine. H.G. Wells was writing at the tail end of the Victorian period, but I believe he's still considered a Victorian author, even though his themes were a little bit different from, themes of Charlotte Bront and other authors that are kind of fall more squarely into the Victorian era. I just read a collection of short stories by H.G. Wells, and I was just blown away by The Country of the Blind. It was just an amazing short story, and I'm really looking forward to reading more by him. So as you can see, not a lot of books on my TBR, but I consciously want to set the bar low so that I'm not rushing through the things that I'm reading. So that's it for my Victober TBR. Thank you for watching.